Hello, my name is Michael from Inward. I'm a sales recruiter and I'm recruiting for a sales leader to manage a team of 24. My client's a software vendor and the role does come with stock that the client thinks will be realised in the next 2 years. They're a UK-based software vendor. They're 18 to 24 months away from an event. So obviously that event will be some form of sale upon which the stock will be realised. And they're a market leader. Now that's a very, very overused term used by too many people. But to put it in context, there are two key vendors of this technology solution, and between those two vendors, my client being one, those two vendors have more than 90% of the market, and the share between those two vendors is about even. And really, it's around compliance and reporting around finance. The role is managing two managers. Each of those managers has 10 salespeople. One is account management, one is new business, and there are 4 direct employees as well, and they're doing other stuff like sales support, and there's something to do with marketing as well. What this is all about is they have a new MD, which is the person I'm dealing with. Now, he's been there about 6 months, and he said, Mike, in previous companies, or I've been part of those companies and increased their revenue, a lot of it's been about sales process. He said, currently we're a market leader, which has, to a degree, created a degree of laziness around sales process because we don't need to do that. But actually, if we're going to increase our revenue, some of that is going to come from introducing a good, solid sales process and maybe even having a playbook. And he really wants somebody who's going to coach people rather than firing them. Because I said to him, listen, when you hire this leader, people are going to leave within that team. There's going to be attrition. He said, I know, but I hope not. He said, I really want to minimize that as much as I can because I do think that we've got good people in place currently. What they're looking for is somebody who's sold some form of business software. Doesn't really matter what it is. It could be reporting, could be finance, could be ERP, could be compliance. But some form of business software might actually look out of that, might look at maybe somebody who sold something infrastructure-y. What he's looking for from a personal perspective is somebody who's got solid sales leadership experience, obviously, but somebody who's got solid sales process with that as well, and somebody who can look back at times when they have used a sales process to manage a team. From a vertical perspective, anywhere in the commercial sector, not really bothered at all. Package, 90 to 120k basic, 200 grand OTE in the first year, and the benefits, standard stuff that you'd expect, but really the killer here is the stock. When I was talking to my client, I said, what's that going to be worth? He said something like 200 to 350 grand. It's difficult really to put an absolute figure on it because of course it depends what the market's at and what people are buying companies for in 2 years' time, but he expects it to be between those two bandings. If you're interested, my contact details are on the screen.